What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Chris, man. I am here at the Work Hard, Play Harder podcast. It is Sunday, May 24th, 2026. My name is Chris Drummond. I am a freelance sports reporter based out of upstate New York here and proprietor of this podcast, Work Hard, Play Harder, where I bring individuals on to talk about their why and get to know them outside of their occupation. I got a very special guest that's coming on with me today, and she is representing Tulsa, Oklahoma as a MMJ, which is a multimedia journalist, and she is a fill-in anchor for Fox 23. Her name is Paris Rain. And we're going to talk to her about her why of getting into journalism, but we're also going to ask her some get-to-know-you questions. So without any further ado, I introduce you the talented, the hardworking, passionate, and the beautiful Paris. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Chris, for having me. I really appreciate it.
I really appreciate you. There's no question about that. And listen, this is going to be a fun conversation. And my
I'm
first question, as it always is with everybody that comes on this thing, is what is your why? Why do you do what you do? Did you have any role models or any inspirations maybe growing up? But ultimately, what is your why for getting into the journalism industry?
gonna take it back all the way to when I was a kid, Chris. It all started. I watched my dad go to prison at the age of 4, 4.5, 5, and that kind of kick started everything for me. To see a parent or a family member, anybody for that matter, go to jail on the news is a big deal. You know that something bad has happened at that age when you see the red and blue flashing lights behind a picture, that headshot. And so that's kind of where everything started. Of course, back then I wasn't foreign, like, Mom, I'm going to be a news reporter. But it was something that I always look back to and say that's what started it off. And then growing up, my mom watched the news every night. If you were going to be around her when the news was on, you be quiet and you watch the news. And that's what I did.
Very nice.
And a lot of the time, nobody looked like me. Everybody that was an anchor didn't look like me. And anytime somebody was talking about anybody black at the time, it was them going to jail, something bad had happened, or somebody had died. And
Right.
so that wasn't every night, but majority of the night, that's what it was. And so at that point, it was like, I want to change that, like, why is it always like this? And then, as I grew up, I really wanted to be the voice of change. I wanted to give people who felt like they didn't have a voice, a voice. I wanted to be somebody that went into those communities that felt like they were underserved or felt like they weren't getting the answers that they needed. And I wanted to be the one that was there to give them those answers and keep those people who are in power accountable and make sure that if it is going to be somebody telling a story about somebody that was black in the community that had passed away or was going to jail, that they looked like them. So
Right.
in short, that's what it is.
No, I love that. I do. And it's really unfortunate sometimes that some of these networks and some of these, just local places have biases to where they show what they want you to see, right? And you talk about how sometimes it could be where you see the same thing over and over again, especially for a type of ethnicity, right? African Americans. Well, you don't see them doing so much good. You need to see them either being beaten up or shot or something tragic happening
Yeah.
on the news, right? And again, that's a lot of that has to do with the bias that these networks and some of these different newspapers, not just newspapers, but stations is what I'm trying to say. Stations that just want to put out that news. But it's really cool to hear someone come out and say, I want to be somebody that somebody can look at and say, I want to be a positive. I want to talk about not just stories of my people, but of all people, and do that. I want to ask this bonus question, Paris. Like, as you see yourself being an anchor and a reporter, right, at Fox 23, how much in the background of your mind or in the back of your mind do you think about, man, there might be a little girl that's watching me on TV that's sitting at home, or there might be a little girl that comes up to me and talks to me that may look just like me. Like how much of that is in the back of your mind?
Chris, it's every day. Every day I wake up and I always pray that, like, I'm very grateful for the opportunity that I have to do this job because it's not an easy job. Sometimes it is a very fun job, but other times it is very heavy. And so I'm always thanking the Lord for the position that I have and to be a role model, to have the opportunity to be a role model. Because I know that as a little girl, I watched the news with my mom. So I know that there's a young girl or a young boy out there that's Black, that's looking at the TV and can see that, okay, there is a spot for me at the table when it comes to news, whether that's in front of the camera or behind it. And there is actually a young girl who is in the community. She goes to Dove Academy, and I've
Mm.
spoke there probably 2 or 3 times now. And she comes up to me every time, and they're like, "She remembers you." And on her birthday, I believe it's her sister, her aunt, one of her family members asked me to make a birthday video just for her. And so I told her happy birthday on the video. But it's things like that that make me get up every morning when it's hard, and I'm waking up at 1:30 in the morning to get to do the weekend morning show, because there's somebody out there that's counting on me, whether it's a young child or an adult.
I love that. I really do. I love that. Now, you went to Langston University, which
The
is in
only
Langston.
HBCU in Oklahoma.
And I'm like, I had to look that up. I had to Wikipedia that. I was like, what the hell is Langston University? I did not know what that was. I didn't know where it was in Oklahoma because I know about Tulsa, Oklahoma City. You know, those two cities I know about Oklahoma. But Langston, I'm like, what? I was like, okay, but I looked that up and it's an HBCU. Talk to
Mhm.
me about going there. And did you have any other schools that could have persuaded you from going to Langston University, or did you always know that you wanted to go there?
Oh, Langston was not my first choice. And it's a funny like mantra that we all have. Most of the time people will say, "I didn't choose Langston. Langston chose me." And if you can
Right.
make it at Langston, you can make it anywhere. But seriously though, Langston was not my first choice. I wanted to go to Howard. And I think that's
Okay.
every Black person's dream, to go to HU.
Yep. Yep.
But my mama told me I had to pay for school. I don't have Howard money sitting around in my pocket. So I had to regroup. And so then I was going to go to Mizzou. For
Right.
real. I was going to
Right.
go to Mizzou and go to their journalism school. They have a really good journalism school. But
Mm-hmm.
Mizzou had a situation where they had a blackface situation happen, and I wasn't feeling it. And I just was
I
like,
feel it.
for me to be somebody that's walking into this industry, there's no way I can give my money to not even, I don't even want to say a school, but like I didn't feel comfortable going to a school, and that was the situation I was walking into.
For sure.
Mizzou's a great
For sure.
school, but it just wasn't for me with that situation happening. So I took my deposit back, and I said, okay, moving on. Then I was going to go to TSU. That was going to be my school because my aunt went there. She crossed Delta there. But then Langston kept emailing me. Like, you know how you just get emails or mail from these colleges when you graduate? I'm like,
Oh,
Langston
for
keeps
sure.
emailing me. Like, I don't even know what Langston is. My cousin graduated from there. Later, I found out, but that wasn't a place I was looking at. And I had mail
Right.
from Fisk and like other many other schools, Baker. It was a great deal of schools, but I was like, I want to go to a HBCU, and that's what I knew for sure. Ended up, not getting all my stuff done through TSU in time. It was taking a long time. I was waiting for financial aid or something. And I was like, in the meantime,
Right.
let me just go to Langston and see what's going on. Man, Chris, I went on that visit. It wasn't even a visit. I think it was like orientation. And
Okay.
it felt like home. It felt like a family when you stepped on the campus. It's small, it's cute, but as soon as I got there, it was, oh, hey, how you doing? Do you need anything? Like, it was home. Like, as soon as you got there, I didn't feel new. I didn't feel like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to go to this school alone. And so I was like, you know what? God works in mysterious ways. And as soon as I was done with that orientation, I said, I think I want to go to Langston. I got an email from TSU saying that my stuff was done and I was accepted. So, but I
Congratulations
chose,
on that.
chose Langston.
I love that. I love that. No, now TSU, I just want to clarify, TSU is Tennessee State University, right?
No, Texas Southern State University, TXSU. But yes, Texas, Texas.
Oh. I know what you're talking about. Okay. I definitely know about the Howard situation. I remember that Mizzou situation for sure. I do
Yeah.
remember that. And obviously Missouri is definitely a great school as far as journalism. They have the NBC affiliate down there,
Yep.
in Missouri, which is in your backyard as you from there. So I get that. But talk to me because you went to school at kind of a weird time. I graduated undergrad in 21, and I just got my master's this past
Congratulations.
December. Thank you, dear. Appreciate that. We both kind of went to school at a weird time, which was COVID. COVID happened in March of 2020, and 2020 is your sophomore year. Talk to me about how it
Yes.
was going to Langston at that particular time and what COVID was like.
Man, I still feel like I should be owed my semester that I didn't get. I still need that. I still have that deep in my heart. I miss that. But no, I think Langston handled COVID well. I think for a small HBCU, you would think that we would be scrambling trying to figure it out. And to my knowledge, what I can remember, President Kent Smith, sent us like a message saying that I think we had like a week to pack up and kind of go home, and we were going to do school online for a bit. And I want to say maybe a semester or something we did it, and then they kind of were like, okay, we have a plan. We came back, you had to be tested before you got there, and then
Yep.
when you got there. The crazy thing though, Chris, is I was in the band at this time. I was a golden
Wow.
feline dancer. And yeah, so on top of like doing all this, I was also having practice virtually while also taking classes virtually. So it was a lot. By the time we got back, though, they kind of had the virtual class Zoom setting, whatever, hybrid. And it just kind of went like that. It didn't stop me from, my goals and my dreams of wanting to do everything under the sun journalism and being, they used to say a jack of all trades for me. My teacher used to joke with me about being a jack of all trades because that's what I wanted to be. Like when you look at Paris, you knew that she could do everything journalism. And that's what I wanted because I love journalism. I love talking to people. I love getting to know people. And so COVID, while for some people that was kind of like their laid back year, that was my building year. That was the year I built my foundation on everything. Take your basic credits 2019, my freshman year. And I kind of got in a little bit to main courses my freshman year because the upperclassmen were like, hey, you want to help me with this project? I was like, yeah. And so I got my foot in the door and kind of just started doing stuff with people's cameras at the sports games, and we was at volleyball games and everything else. And so by the time sophomore year came, I was
Right.
ready. I was ready to do whatever it took to get my name out there and to be able to start living my dreams. So by the time I was done with Langston, I could be where I am today.
I love it. No, I love that. And listen, I love the fact that you had multiple school choices that instead of Langston. But sometimes you find these gems and you don't even
Yeah.
know that we found these gems, right? It's like I know I wanted to go to Syracuse at first. I mean, I'm here now, but Syracuse was
Yes,
a school I
Syracuse
wanted to
is
go
good.
to. But I ended up going to Kennesaw State because I went to Kennesaw State in Atlanta, Georgia, and I ended up graduating there, which I also got my master's from there as well. They gave great alumni discount, so I was happy about
You
that.
know what?
Getting that,
That's
had to
right.
take it. I had to take advantage of that, girl. I had to. You know what I'm saying?
You
So
have to.
for sure. I just love the fact that you ended up going to Langston and really just honed your skills there. And the fact that it's a HBCU. Like I said, when you think about HBCUs, you think about FAMU, you think about Howard, think about Morehouse. Obviously, I was in Atlanta, Georgia, so Morehouse and Spelman was right across the street from each other. I love that. You think about those, but you don't think about Langston. So it's pretty cool to learn about something like that. Now, you talked about being in a band. I remember being in Atlanta, Georgia, having friends that went to Morehouse, and they used to always talk about. And Clark AT&T was right down the street. Um, Morris Brown. Morris Brown was right down the street too.
Mhm.
Did you ever have a battle of the bands?
Yes, I did.
Okay,
I was in the
okay,
band for 2 years. My favorite battle, which was, oh my gosh, my favorite battle was probably, we did Mardi Gras, and it was with, oh my gosh, with Motion, Texas Southern, and then we had, oh my goodness, PV.
okay,
And
okay.
oh my goodness, when I tell you all the YouTube, like, content creators and the
Right.
band, the band bloggers, everybody was out there. I was like, oh, this is a time. My feet was hurting. I was crying, but it was a great time. Now I look back on it and I'm like, wow, the days. But back then I was like, I'm tired. But it was a great
I know
time.
that's
Battle
right.
of the Bands is so fun. When we were in Houston, is the Pepsi battle in
It is.
Houston. It was so fun. That was
Mm-hmm.
so fun being in those stands and being on that field in the dome. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, this is huge. It was so fun, so fun, and we were probably the smallest dance team there, but small but mighty. You can tell us nothing.
I know you. I know that's right, girl. Small but mighty. I know
Yes.
that's right. Small but mighty. I like that. That's what's up. Now, Paris, I'm gonna ask you some favorite questions. You just give me the
Okay.
411 off the rip based upon these favorite questions. Okay, so let's lock in. Let's do what we do. Favorite meal you like to cook?
Ooh. Mmm. I love to cook. My favorite meal, lasagna. I love lasagna. I have so many
Oh,
I do like to cook. Lasagna or egg rolls. My egg rolls are pretty good too.
all right, girl. You do know I travel now. And, if I pull up to Tulsa, I have to put you to the test on that one. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing that out there. Okay.
Hey.
Lord have mercy. Okay, you name my two favorite things, no question. And lasagna one, egg rolls two. So I love that. All right, that's what's up. I'm a huge steak person, so I do like steak. I can whip steak up, and also chicken. Chicken is probably my specialty though,
Oh my gosh.
because
My boyfriend
I
love
just
I make only friend I'll make steak and like he likes steak Alfredo or like chicken Alfredo.
Mhm.
I'm like, what is it? Me and y'all eat the simplest things, but y'all love it. And you know what? That's quite all right with me.
Well, yeah. Shout out to your boy, because he know what time it is. No question. We like to keep things simple because life's already hard, so we ain't
I
trying
know
to.
that.
Okay, so there you go. All right. Favorite concert you've ever attended?
Kaylani.
Oh, okay now. All right. All right. She got a song called The Way You Walk, the Way You
You
Talk, the
talk
way
that.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
know about that, right? You know about that, right? Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Yes. But I
That's
have
my
J.
thing.
Cole coming up in August. Well, yeah, I have J. Cole coming up in August. So that'll probably be my favorite once it comes because that's my favorite artist. But right now it's
You
Kaylani.
you would definitely love J. Cole, no question about that. I have seen him in person. I have yet to decide whether or not I'm gonna go see him again because he's actually not coming to the Buffalo area. He's coming to
Oh,
Toronto. So that's about 2.5 hours away from me. So I don't
nice
know
little
about that particular
vacation.
one. You said what?
Vacation. Vacation. Nice little
I know.
vacation.
We'll see. We'll see. But we know we got a lot of concerts coming down the pipeline. You know what I'm saying? Like I
There
just
are.
bought tickets to Chris Brown and Usher. So
Oh man,
uh,
you fell for the trap.
I did. I got to get my Breezy and Usher in there. So they only coming here to Syracuse, which I'm about 45 minutes away.
Yeah, you
So
gotta
so I gotta I gotta go see that. Okay, I'm with you on that. I'm a huge Weekend person though. Weekend is probably my favorite
the
artist for sure, no
weekend.
question.
Okay.
Yes, yes indeed. Okay, favorite place you've ever traveled to?
Jamaica. Hands down, Jamaica.
Mm,
I love Jamaica.
okay. Well, would you know that that is also my favorite place that I've ever traveled to?
Really?
And be
Jamaica is
honest with you.
great
Yes.
place.
Mm-hmm. Went to I forgot what the city was called, but we were on a cruise. It was a family
Mm.
cruise. We ported in Jamaica, got off there. The jerk chicken was out of this world. The rice was amazing. The beaches, the scenery. We actually went to a church. We took photos. Now, the only thing that was a downside to that, it was hot as hell. I mean, I'm
Yeah,
talking,
yeah.
it was definitely hot. No question. So it definitely I was taking off clothes. Let's put it like that. Because normally I don't take off clothes like that, but it was too hot. It was like 107
Jamaica.
degrees when we was there.
Yes, yes. I was actually dehydrated our first day, and
Hmm.
the ladies they were like, "You're dehydrated," and I was like, "Am I? Is this what this feels like to be dehydrated in the heat?" I was like, "I need to go back to the room."
I
No,
feel that.
Jamaica was a great time. The only downside I had about Jamaica was the bug bites. They have the biggest. I don't even know what bit me,
Yeah,
but the bug bites are like this big, and I was
yeah,
like,
they're
"All
big.
right, all right." But it's beautiful.
They're big.
Jamaica's beautiful.
Yes, indeed. I'm with you on that. Okay, I like that. No, we vibing. That's what's up. Now, I'm a sports person, so I'm gonna ask you a two-part sports question. Okay, favorite sport you like to watch on TV? Favorite
Football.
sport you like to attend in person? They could be the same sport.
Favorite sport to watch is football. My favorite sport to attend is basketball.
Girl, you on point like a period. That's what I'm gonna say right now. You are on point like a period. Okay, I love that,
Yes,
no doubt.
yes,
Now, what's
yes.
your favorite teams?
Chiefs. Chiefs is my favorite football team. Favorite football
Okay,
team.
okay.
My favorite basketball team. I okay. Now I know somebody's probably gonna be like, "Oh, she works in Tulsa. It should be OKC Thunder." I feel like that would be a bandwagon answer. I don't really watch the Thunder like that. I do support them though. Shout out to the boys. But I would say my favorite team. I haven't really watched basketball like that. I'm not gonna lie, not recently. But growing up, I used to watch the Lakers with my goddad after church. So I'm just gonna stick to the good old faithful and say the Lakers.
Girl, where the hell have you been? You must be hiding under a rock for me. I don't, cause well, listen, we vibing right now. I actually grew up in California, and that's the reason why I say that is
Really?
because, yeah, San Diego to be exact. My dad was in the Navy, so moved to the Navy naval base in San Diego. I grew up there, and then I transitioned with my mom to Atlanta, Georgia, and then that's where I went to
Right.
college and stuff like that. So the Lakers have always been my team. I'm Shaq, Kobe, Powell, Gasol. That's kind of my era of definitely growing up doing that. But also football. We both like teams that's in the same division. So
Okay.
you're a Chiefs fan. I'm a Chargers fan. Hence,
Okay.
like I told
I
you,
know what
I
you was
grew
about to
up.
say.
I know it. We're on opposite ends on that one, but at least we can. Well, at least we both can say we both hate the Raiders.
I don't mind the Raiders. Now, if you told me you were a Dallas Cowgirls fan, I would have a lot to say. But
Oh no,
I
no, no,
digress.
no, no.
I
I'm
digress.
definitely not rooting for the Cowgirls. Absolutely not. Especially since I have an aunt that's from Philadelphia. That is
Oh,
like a
okay.
sin.
Yeah. You
You
might
you
as well
can't.
just go ahead and bandwagon on the hate train for them too.
The hello. I'm trying to tell you. Okay, I'm with you on that. Here we go. Last of the favorites. When I do come back to Oklahoma, because I've been to Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City is
Okay.
very nice. I only been there
Hmm.
once, but I've been there very nice. But I need you to tell me about some food spots in Tulsa. I need to know what is your favorite restaurant to go out and eat at because I love to explore and I love to go see different things.
Okay, so when I do have some free time, I will always tell people that when you come down here, if you like Creole, you have to go to Nola's. You have to go to Nola's. Nola's is so good. I love Nola's, and I get their voodoo chicken, fire. Um, Other spot, you'll hear people say fixins. I'm more of I'm trying to think of the other place that I go to. Um, what is that place? Because now I'm drawing a blank. Oh Lord, I
I done put
forgot.
you on the spot, girl. That's what
Yeah,
happens.
not,
That's what
you
happens
know what? I
sometimes.
know exactly where it is. It's on Greenwood. Now I need
What kind of food do they serve?
it's soul food. Why
Oh,
can't I?
okay now.
Lisa's, sweet Lisa's. I hope that's the name. I ain't trying to give no bad rep. Listen, it's on Greenwood and it's soul food and it's really good. I go there for lunch when I'm at work. There, Nola's, and if you like seafood, I love seafood. Crab Kings on 71st.
Okay. But best believe when I do pull up to Tulsa, I gotta say hi to you. I gotta say hello to
I
you,
got you.
and it
I
will
got
and
you.
we'll definitely vibe. No doubt about that. Yes, and
I
to
got
answer your
you.
question, yes, I do like seafood.
Okay.
No question about that. So I definitely like that, and I definitely like chicken. Obviously, I'm a huge chicken person. So that
Okay.
voodoo chicken, I'm intrigued to try that now for sure. No
Voodoo
question.
chicken is fire. I'm not gonna lie to you. Voodoo chicken is fire. Gotta get it.
Okay, I'm with it. I'm with it. That's what's up. Now, I want to ask you about your day-to-day operations. Now,
Okay.
obviously, as a MMJ, they differ from being an anchor. No question about it. It's two different roles. I totally understand that. But also, in this journalism game, we both know, Paris, you and I, that no 2 days are ever the same. You're always doing a different story. You're talking to different people. You're doing different things. And that's the beauty of our jobs. That's why we love what we do. Especially me as a freelancer, I get to go around and cover different teams, talk to different publications or stations or networks, and just kind of contract myself out to be able to see, hey, do you need anything? Or hey, there's a story that I have. Talk to me
Mhm.
because we already know a little bit. You start very early in the morning. Talk to me about your day-to-day operations on when you do have to MMJ and when you have to fill in as an anchor.
So my schedule is pretty crazy. Monday through Wednesday, I'm actually night side reporting. So I'm 2 to about TBD. It's either 10:30 or it could be later in the night. And
Right,
so
right,
basically my day starts really the day before. I'm reaching out to contacts. I'm looking for stories. If I'm doing a long-term piece, it's kind of some weeks ahead of that. And so I'm
right,
usually starting maybe on a Sunday night. I'm looking for things, or Saturday. Get in contact with these people come Monday morning. I wake up after I read my Bible and stuff. I go train at the gym. And so once I'm done training, I'm usually making calls right after that on the way home to get ready for work. As
I
I head
love it.
into work, we have a 2 o'clock editorial, which people would know as editorial meeting, pitch meeting. It's kind of where we give our pitch for the day, get it approved by our team if that's something that we want in the show, or if there's something bigger that has happened before I got there, they might put me on that instead, and then I'll have to save my story for the next day, or kind of whatever happens. I could get an interview, save it for the next day.
Right.
After that, I'm out the door immediately. So I'm putting my gear in the car, packing everything up because I do everything myself. So I'm headed out. So wherever my story is, grab my interview. I set everything up myself, my camera, and people are always like, "Do you need help
Wow.
carrying that?" No, I'm fine. It's so nice though. But yeah, you get there. I'm setting everything up. I do the interview myself, and once I'm done, I'll get my B-roll shots. And then if I have everything there in that specific spot, I'll do some stand-ups if I need to, and then I'll also record the look lives for our digital show that we have, and then I shoot back to the station, or I'll stay there and start pulling my shots, writing my script, and then I edit everything right there, send that back for the show, and then I also edit everything for our digital newscast, send that back, and then by that point it's probably like 8:50, and I'm setting up my live shot for the 9 o'clock, and then I'll set up again for the 10. And after I'm
Wow.
done with all that, I head back to the station, dump all my footage. I write my web story somewhere in between there, or when I get back, send in my logs for the day, and then I'm probably looking for the story for the next day, and then I'm headed home to do it all over again. And then
Right.
anchoring is a little bit different because I anchor the morning show on the weekends on Saturday and Sunday. So I wake up at about 1:30 in the morning, read my Bible, and then I don't even hit the gym in the morning on these weekends. I go straight to make breakfast, and I'm out the door because
Right.
if I stay home too long, I'm going to. That couch looks very comfortable. I'm going to sleep. Won't make
Hello.
it.
I'm with you on
And
that.
so yeah, yeah. So once I get in, I kind of say good morning to everybody. It's usually just me and the producer here by the time I get here at 4 a.m. And
Mhm.
while he's been there probably for an hour or two writing the show, I go through and I start reading things as he goes. At that point, I'm just kind of reading the show until we get started. I'm helping him kind of write some scripts if he needs it, but he's pretty good. I don't have to do much. And then I usually in between I go put my pillow and set my setup because my back is bad. I gotta have my pillow and my water, my coffee, my snack because that's a 5 hour show, right? I'm hungry
Right.
in between the break. I get thirsty. And so that's the behind the scenes people don't see. But once I'm up there, it's kind of the ball keeps rolling. So I get here at 4. The show starts at 6. I'm usually out at the set by 5:45. I'm ready to go. I also check if we have a reporter in for the morning. I check their script, and then we go from there. If they need any help, I help them. But check their script, rewrite anything if need be, make sure they're good, and then I go out to set and start the show.
I love it. Okay. I love that. Now you pretty much from Saturday to Wednesday, so Thursday and Friday are your off days. Is pretty much what you're
Yes,
saying.
correct, correct,
Got
correct.
you. Got you.
Thursday and Friday
Okay.
are my off days.
Now let me ask you this particular nugget, and that's about mental health and work-life balance. And the reason why I want to ask you this question is because, being in this industry for almost 9 years, I've seen journalists leave because their mental health was affected. I've seen journalists leave this industry because their work-life balance, they just couldn't get right with their work-life balance. You know what I mean? And in my opinion, Paris, I don't think you have a perfect balance of work life. I really don't. I just think that this industry, it just forces you to kind of deal with the cards that you're dealt, and everybody's balances are different. Everybody can handle different things and stuff like that. So, talk to me. How do you keep your mental health strong, but also still have that work life balance? Because you seem like a wonderful woman to be around. I think your family and friends will say the same thing about you. I certainly wouldn't mind hanging out with you. Again, I think your family and friends will say the same. But you also seem very passionate about what you do. So, how do you do all of this and not get overwhelmed or burnt out?
Thank you so much. I really think that's a good question that a lot of people don't think about in every different aspect of a job, you know. And when it comes to this industry, it's super hard. I won't lie, it's super hard because you know you deal with so many different stories every day. And in that
Right.
same day, there's things happening during your shift. News never stops, it never goes to sleep. My phone rings constantly. I have to have a you talk about the work-life balance. I didn't when I first got here, I used to take my work phone with me everywhere because I thought
Right.
that was like, oh my God, if I take it with me, that shows that I'm really into my job. I'm very passionate. I want to be able to pick
Dedicated.
up my phone whenever somebody calls. Psh, no. That is no, that is the quickest way to a burnout. Like, no, that's
For
that
sure.
doesn't make you a better employee. A better employee is actually somebody who knows how to do a work-life balance. And so
Right.
I have to learn to put my phone down. If I'm not working, my phone is actually in my bag. If I'm at home, my phone is in my bag, my work phone. My team knows that if I'm off, I'm off. And I don't I don't play because when something happens, we have to be there, right? If a
Right.
tornado happened tonight, even though I was up at 1 a.m., I'm gonna have to be back. So I have to use my time wisely. My free time is my free time. That's all I get.
For
And
sure.
whether I spend it with family or I want to go to sleep or be in my word, that's all. This is the only time I got. So, you say being passionate is a big part of this job, and that's what keeps me going each and every day. But the other
Mhm.
half of being passionate is that there are some cons to that because you want to work all the time because you want to make sure you are never behind. And so
Right.
I've learned to put the phone up if I'm not working. I took what my first boss ever told me, who hired me here. He said, Parrish, do you have a life outside of work? And I was like, almost offended. Because what do you mean by that? Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I didn't. I didn't have one. I wasn't doing anything. I was working, going to sleep. Um,
Hmm.
so now, I've recently, I crossed Delta in spring of 23, in fall of 23, Tulsa Alumni chapter. And so my sorors get me out the house. I do stuff for the chapter sometimes when I have time if I'm not working. And then I'm spending time whether it be by myself or with some friends. And
I
then,
love it.
sometimes you just have to really take a second for yourself. And I think that's what I've learned is that aspect of whatever mental health is for you. Like some people really are like it's a self day. Like I have to do something for me, go to the spa, whatever it is. Or,
Right.
some people have to be around people to make sure that they have their mind at a balance. And that's okay too. But you have to find what works for you. And I think that what worked for me is kind of noticing where my social battery is and then being able to tell people, hey, I'm not working. I'm not going to do that right now. But I will get back to it on Saturday when I'm back at work or Monday when I'm working during the week. Um, and I think Janae Norman, she is still one of my biggest role models in this industry. And she recently got out of the business due to mental health concerns. And that was very eye opening for me because as somebody that's 3 years in, it's like, oh my goodness, you can be somebody at the very top. My goal is to be a Good Morning America anchor one day. She was at the
Right.
very top and still was struggling with something that we all struggle with. And
Right.
so
Right.
you have to take time for yourself. And I think this job is something that will push you and test you each and every day. but it's hard. It's something that I think you don't realize you need help with until things kind of get to a point where you either see people being affected by it in your environment, or like I said, Janae Norman, seeing it from somebody who you look up to in the industry. So yeah, mental health is a big deal, and I think the biggest thing for me was to realize what worked for me, what didn't, and how do I find my work life balance, not what somebody else's work life balance is.
No, perfect answer. I really do. I really appreciate the transparency. I really appreciate that answer. I do. It's a question worth asking because, again, people deal with it in a plethora of ways. But you broke it down very importantly. And the reason why I want to take time to kind of dive into that before I get to the next question is because you really broke it down in a way of why I do this podcast. A lot of people sometimes see the finished product in what Paris Rain does, right? When you talk about live shots at 9, you talk about live shots at 10, you talk about being on your TV screen, right, as an anchor or a reporter. There was multiple times where I'm doing my research on you, where there was one shot where you was outside talking, you had a scarf over your face. You said you was wearing 4 pairs of pants. I was like, oh my gosh. And people
Yeah.
only see that, right? They only see that on TV. You did a great job reporting. There's no question about it. But people don't understand the behind the scenes of what you do and the effect sometimes it takes for what you do, right? Being cold out there, having to put on that stuff, having to try to report with a microphone in your hand and a scarf over there, trying to stay warm as possible so that way you don't get sick and you keep doing your job that you love to do. Missing time with your family and your friends. People don't understand that you do work through holidays, right? This Memorial Day coming up, you're going to be working. There's a different holidays where you have to work and weekends where business hour people that work 8 to 5, 9 to 6 and be off on weekends and they do Monday through Friday. We're journalists. We're working and we're grinding to the wee hours in the morning. Like you said, you have 2 different schedules. You have a night side schedule and an early morning schedule. And that
Yeah.
is typically the lifestyle of a person that does 2 different roles of a MMJ and also an anchor. Another thing that you touched up on was the fact that you said doing it by yourself. A lot of people in this industry sometimes they see the glitz and the glamour. And they're like, man, look at that beautiful lady in Paris. Look at that handsome guy out there on the field. I want to be like them sitting at the desk. And it's great to have aspirations like that. But you got to know there's an A side and a B side. The A side is what we do, but the B side is what you don't see.
Yeah.
And that's what I want to portray to people out there. When you say that you are an MMJ and you're doing stuff by yourself, that's a one-man band. Walking around, editing, shooting, maybe. And listen, that's if everything is going correct, too. Like, there's times
Hey,
where you
technology
might get,
is not always your friend.
hello. You know what I'm saying? Technology, you might have a interview set up and then all of a sudden that interview cancels. You might have a source and now you got to pivot, but guess what? It's not going to pivot. The deadline. The deadline's not going to pivot.
It's still the
So,
same.
it's still the same. So my thing is to definitely highlight that in people, but I love how you pointed that out because that's really something that people miss sometimes. And get that perception wrong of, man, things are glitz and glammy all the time. It's not. It's a beautiful industry to be in, but you got to know what you're stepping into in order for you to do the best job that you can do, which is a great
Absolutely.
segue to this next question, and that is advice. Now you being 3 years removed from college, you're going to have people that come up into colleges. You're going to have interns that want to come to Fox 23. What is some advice that you would give them on being a broadcast journalist like you are?
Hmm. I think my biggest advice to somebody that's stepping into this industry is know why you want to be here.
Hmm.
You have AI, Chat GPT, all these new things that are coming into the world today, which are great, great little things to maybe to multiple different jobs, but
Right.
with them kind of being something that you have to compete with each and every day, you have to remember and understand why you started what you did. And so I feel like when you can go back to your why, kind of what you asked me earlier, it's like a full circle moment. This is the reporter in me.
Right.
um, Starting with, my why. If you
Right.
can go back to your why, you'll never give up your now because you know why you're there and you know what brought you here and you know your end goal. And so I would say, one, never forget your why. Know why you want to be here in this industry. Because if it's to be on the TV screen or to be famous, it'll burn just as fast as you got there. It won't
Absolutely.
last long. And so that's my biggest piece of advice. And my other piece of advice is to just be true to who you are. There are multiple reporters out there are multiple anchors out there, but there's only one you. And so find your niche, find what you like, and soak in that, live in that, and stand in it. Because it's who you are, it's who people will know you to be.
I love that. I do. I love that. And again, that's great advice. It's a question worth asking because again, you're going to get all different types of advices. I particularly give two main advices. For me, I say one, do not limit yourself. Be a jack of all trades. Try everything in college.
Yep.
If you want to be a broadcast journalist, be an anchor, be a producer, be a reporter, do both. You want to be behind the scenes, be a photographer, be a director, do all that. If you want to do radio, do radio. Just do it all because you want to see what you like and what you don't like. And then the second piece of advice that I always try to give is don't be discouraged with the word no. And that's
Yep.
one of the main things I try to tell, especially high schoolers that's coming in, about to graduate, coming into college, or even kids that's in college now. Don't be discouraged with the word no, because it's gonna appear more than yes. You're gonna get way more no's than you'll ever get yeses in any applications that you fill out. And I filled out 450 before I was able to get my first full time job. So I know for a fact that no's are going to happen a lot more often, and it's real easy to get discouraged, especially when you see other people getting hired, and you're wondering, man, I could do what so and so does, or so and so does, or why haven't I got picked? It's real easy to kind of look at yourself and be like, man, I know I can do this, but why haven't nobody given me a chance? It's just not your time yet. And
Absolutely.
that's the mindset that I always advocate to others for sure.
I don't know who said it, but after I heard it, I just always lived by it. You can get 1,000 no's, but all you need is one yes.
Hello.
Yes, and
Hello.
you run with it. Run with it.
No doubt. No doubt. I love that.
Yeah. I've
Um
always I've always lived by that.
we have reached the portion of my podcast now that we are going to play my interactive game called This or That. It is a
Okay.
game that I like to play with all my guests here on the Work Hard, Play Harder podcast. And Paris is very simple. I'm going to throw some things at you, and you get to choose this or that. So, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Out of these two restaurants, which restaurant would you rather go in, sit down, and eat at? Texas Roadhouse or Longhorn Steakhouse?
Longhorn.
Ooh, I like that. Okay. All right, girl. We vibing right now. Let's see if we can keep this thing going. All right. When it comes to chicken wings, which of these two flavors would you rather put on a wing? Barbecue or lemon pepper?
Lemon pepper.
Okay. Do you like your wings wet or dry?
Ooh. What?
Okay. Do you like your wings bone in or boneless?
Bone in.
So you like to get a little messy with it.
Grow up. We gotta be adults.
I know that's right,
Leave
girl.
your
I know
chicken
that's
nuggets to
right.
the kids.
I know that's right. Get a wet wipe and go to work. I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. I like that. Okay. These next four questions have to do with music concerts you rather attend. So here we
Okay.
go. Which music concert out of these two artists would you rather go see? Beyonce or Rihanna?
Brianna.
Ooh, okay. So are you not a part of the Beehive? Do you not like Beyonce?
I'm not a beehive. I do like Beyonce, but I'm just not like I don't need to see her in concert. I feel like I want to see Rihanna in concert. I've seen Beyonce in concert all over TikTok.
I feel that. Yeah, it's true. That's very true. Okay, I'm with that. All right, here we go. Here's the next one. Which of these two artists would you rather want to see in person? Would you rather see SZA or her?
Oh, stress. Scissor.
You said what?
Scissor.
Oh my goodness, that sounded like a difficult decision for you.
It was very difficult.
Okay, I like both artists now, I do, but SZA, if
Mhm.
SZA could be wifey, Lord have mercy, I would love it. I would just love it because Lord
I
have
think she's
mercy.
from St. Louis, ain't she?
She is, and I love
Yeah.
a Midwest girl. I love a Midwest girl. There's no question about it.
Midwest,
Okay,
baby.
I know that's right. Okay, here we go. Out of these two artists, which artist would you rather go see in concert? Would you rather go see Drake or Kendrick Lamar?
Drake.
Parents, why you say it like that?
Because I'm a little upset with him dropping all the albums and like every album wasn't a banger. So I got a little beef with Drake right now, but it's okay. I do like Kendrick. Do not get me wrong. Kendrick stan fans, please don't beat me up. I just don't know a lot of Kendrick songs, so
I
I
feel it.
wouldn't
I
spend my
feel it.
money at a concert.
Now, did you like all of Drake's 3 albums? Because me personally, I thought there was just too many damn songs.
I listen. My boyfriend and I were on a road trip back from Beaumont to see his brother graduate, and his
Mm.
older sister was in the car with us, and we were trying to give it a chance. And she was like, "I know it's one more album." The third album, Iceman, I believe is what's called. It had dropped at
Yeah.
that point, and we turned it on. But I was already upset with Aubrey before then, so I just couldn't give it a chance. I'll try again on Monday.
I understand. And for those of you that will watch this, Beaumont is a city in Texas. I know about Beaumont, no doubt about
Yes,
that.
yes.
Yeah, I know about it. I know about Beaumont, no doubt. Okay, I'm with you on that. As I have family up there in Texas too, so that's why.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
Last of the music. Which music artist would you rather go see in person? Would you rather go see Glorilla or would you rather see Cardi B?
Glorilla.
Your face is killing me every time you make me
You
think of
know, I always used to get in trouble for that. If I wasn't saying something, it was my face. And
this.
clearly, I haven't. It's okay.
It's okay. It's all right. Yeah, well, that's a tale, no question. You like the hell with both of these artists, to be honest with you. That's what your face said. To be
Glorilla's
honest.
cool. It's just Glorilla or Cardi B. I mean,
I
yeah.
feel it. I understand. Listen, I understand. I totally get it. I totally get it. I knew I was going to ask one that was probably going to throw you off a little bit, for sure. But let me give you a bonus one. Let me
Okay.
give you a bonus one for that. Which artist would you rather see in concert? Would you rather see Brandy or Monica?
Now that you ain't right. Now, how I'm supposed to choose? And I cannot do without you. Monica, just give me Monica.
Okay.
I
Listen,
like
I
Brandy,
guess
though.
it's just one of them things. Don't take it personal. Okay, that's
Hey,
all I'm trying to say. That's all I'm trying to say. Okay, come on now. Listen, I didn't say it was gonna be easy. I just said it was gonna actually give you a bonus one. That's what I said. So you know, it is what it is on that. Okay. Now, I want to ask this because this is kind of a bonus question I got here. Are
okay.
you an NABJ member?
I am. I am indeed. I actually was the 2025 Journalist of Distinction for NABJ's Tulsa chapter. And I am headed to NABJ's convention in August in Atlanta.
Well, look here. We better meet up because ain't no doubt about it. I
Hey,
will be
I'll
there.
be there. All
There's
right.
no
I'll be
question
there.
that I would be there. I mean, obviously, I have family there. I graduated from Kennesaw State University, which is about 15 miles from the A. So, of course, you know your
Yeah,
boy's
you have
definitely
to
going
be
to be there.
there.
So, Come on now. Come on. I mean, so listen, I don't care what it is. We say what's up. We say, hey, normally when we get us together, us together, it's gonna be a beautiful thing. It's gonna be a celebration. It either gonna be some dominoes or some spades going on. Typically, when we get together, that's just what it is.
Every
Now, please tell
time.
me, you know how to play dominoes and spades, right?
My daddy is in jail. I know how to play dominoes. Now I don't know how to play spades. So don't
Lord
take
have
my
mercy.
card.
No. You too pretty for that. We're not gonna take the black card. We're
No,
not gonna
here's
take the
the
black
thing.
card.
Here's what's wrong with our community. Black people say
Mhm.
they don't know how to play spades. Y'all look at us crazy, and then nobody want to teach nobody. That ain't
Oh,
right.
look here, Paris. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you something right now, girl. I bring a couple decks with me. I keep them on deck, no pun intended. So I would definitely
See,
teach you. If you're willing to
okay,
learn, I'm definitely willing to teach you. No question.
I'm willing to learn as long as you don't call me crazy for putting down a card and not making no books.
Now, see,
See,
that's the thing. I teach, but I don't reach. Okay, I teach, but I
okay,
don't reach. I don't do that. You
okay,
know what I'm saying? Because listen, when you teaching somebody, you got to give them grace to be able to learn the game. You know what I'm saying? You got to give them grace.
okay.
So that's what I do. That's what I do. But I had to ask because I thought I saw that you was an NABJ member, and I did not know if you were going to the convention this year. Obviously, it's in Atlanta,
Yeah.
Georgia. So, did you go to the one in Chicago with Trump?
No, I actually I didn't know how to become a member, which is so ignorant of me. But my news director Amy last year, she told me so much about it. I was a part of the chapter here in Tulsa, but not
Mm-hmm.
the national chapter. Doesn't make sense, right? But she kind of gained me up and was like, "You need to go to convention. Like, it's the best thing you'll ever go to, and you'll never want to not go." And she was right. She invested so much into us, Chris. She told us about NABJ, all the black reporters and the workers here, our desk producer reporters, drove us and got a rental car, drove her personal car and got us a rental car so we could all drive from here, Tulsa, to Ohio.
Oh, so you
And
went
got
last year.
yeah, so that was my
Mm-hmm.
first one.
Got you. I did not go to the Cleveland one last year.
Oh wow.
But the 2 years ago in Chicago, the Trump thing was absolutely crazy. That was insane. And obviously, I will be at this one, 26th in Atlanta, which yeah, it's gonna be off the chain, no
It's
question
gonna
about
be a
that. But
ball. You know they do
I had
the
to ask
kickoff
about it though.
party in Ohio when they had the kickoff party for this NABJ convention. They throw the kickoff party for whoever's holding the convention the next year.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Atlanta came to throw that kickoff party that last night, so we're gonna have a ball.
Oh, yes, we
We're
are.
gonna
No
have a
question.
ball.
I cannot wait to
And
meet you in person because you're gonna be absolutely lovely. I know it is because you're lovely here right now. So I cannot wait to meet you in person. It's gonna be great. Um,
I'm so excited.
this next question I got for you is called bucket list. The reason why
Okay.
it's called bucket list is because I want you to speak this into fruition. I want you to speak it into fruition. So, give me a top 4 list of events or stories that you would like to do in your journalism career that you haven't done yet.
Types of events or stories. Events or stories. Wow. Okay. Wow, this is a good question. This is a really good question.
Thank you.
Events or stories.
Appreciate it.
Um. Mm. Oh, this is good, Chris. Wait. I have
Do I
never
got
been.
Paris stumped? Do I got her
Yeah.
stumped?
Let me think. Here's the thing. In Tulsa, I've done so many types of stories, from weather to breaking to like
Mhm.
I did a remembrance story of the memorial to OKC
Okay.
bombing. So it's like, oh my gosh, I've done so many types of stories.
Do you want
I'm
to do
trying
a red carpet event?
I would love to do a red carpet event. Oh, okay, I love to do a red carpet event. I do want to cover a hurricane.
Say what?
Um, okay, this is the part of like reporters where people think we're crazy. I've done
Yeah.
the tornadoes, I've done the fires, I've done the snowstorms. You know, So it's like,
so you want to just complete the circle, the circle of trust, and do the water. Is that what you're trying to
natural
say?
disaster.
Oh my
No,
lord!
seriously, like as long as it's safe, and I don't like reporting on deaths, but like to be in elements and like make sure people are safe because we're boots
Mhm.
on the ground. Like that's my favorite thing is that I get out in it so you don't have to, you
Yeah,
know. But
absolutely right.
and I'm keeping people safe. But I'm not gonna be a meteorologist, so like being out in the weather elements is my closest thing. So
Okay, okay.
I would say red carpet, hurricane. Um, I have never done back to school day coverage, and I really want to. I know that seems so small,
Mm,
but in a city where it's like community is everything, those stories are so fun, and I've never got
right.
to do it because I've always been nightside. So that, and I think I did an election night already, but I would like to do a White House briefing. Like not a briefing, I don't know the exact terminology for what it's called, but to be in there and ask whatever president a question, let me be in there,
I can
please.
see that. First of all, I think that I think you would absolutely kill at all four of those, especially the red carpet event, because obviously beauty is very obvious. I think you'll kill it on any
Oh,
red
thank
carpet event.
you.
Very
Thank
welcome. But
you.
I also think that you will ask enlightening questions. I think you will ask enlightening questions. I think people will stop and talk to you and conversate with you. No doubt about it, because your personality is great too. And that just
Thank
enhances the
you.
beauty even more. So I think those four things is amazing. No question about that. And I could totally see you doing those things. I would love to see you in obviously my genre. I would love to see you on the sports sideline. I would love to see
Dude,
you on
people
the sports
used to
field.
say
Definitely.
that all the time.
I would love
I
that.
don't know. I don't know enough about sports.
Well,
I
see,
don't know.
listen, now you got a friend, okay, who's in sports that listen, if you want to learn about football, I'll tell you about some players. I'll tell you about some stuff. You know, basketball, I'll tell you about some stuff now because you say you love watching football. So, hey, I ain't got no problem with you. I'll
I'm
put you up
pretty
on
good
game.
with football. I'm pretty good with, the blitz, the little, I know some plays now, know a few of them, but I can watch football and not ask the questions.
Okay,
Basketball, sometimes I'm just like, what are we like? We just throwing the ball around. It's fun, great sport. Don't get me wrong,
I got
but
you. So,
yeah, I feel
okay,
like
so
football is
football,
so much more to talk about.
I'll leave you alone with football, but basketball, I'll put you up on game. If you need any questions, I got you because basketball is my favorite sport. That's my favorite sport, so I love
Okay.
that. Okay, say less. I'm with you on that. Now, we asked earlier, what is some advice you would give? But now I want to ask you, what is some advice that someone has gave you that you hold on dearly to?
Mm. There was a lady who spoke at it was before I graduated Langston,
Mhm.
and she told us I don't know what it was. It was some event we were having, and she was on that stage, and I'll never forget it. And she said, "Don't forget to show them who you are."
Okay.
And that sat with me for so long. And I know to everybody else, it probably was like, "Ah, whatever, show them who you are." But it was like who you are is so important. Like as I was saying earlier, there's only one of you, and to tell somebody to show them who you are is so deep if you know who you are or if you're in the season of finding out who you are. And
Right.
so that has always stuck with me. Show them who you are. And the other one that my mom has given me is, no matter where you are, you're always interviewing. And so I'm always like showing people who I am, but remembering that even though somebody's not looking at me today for something,
Mhm.
somebody can talk to me 10 years later down the line because they remembered me from somewhere.
Right.
And so those two things I keep with me all the time. I've gotten so many different pieces of advice that I've lived by, but those two are the ones that stick with me every day.
I love that. Shout out to your mom. Obviously, I think your mom is absolutely amazing because you are, oh, no doubt,
Thank you.
and that pretty much shows. And shout out to the person that gave you advice as well. I think that's great advice to be able to lean on, and for sure, no question about that. I want to get you in on some rapid fire, and
Okay.
it's a little different from this or that. This or that. I threw you for some things, and you got to choose this or that. Rapid fire is just the first thing that comes to your mind based upon these questions. Okay, so here we go.
Okay.
Pancakes or waffles?
Waffles.
Okay. Juice or soda?
Juice.
Chicken or ribs?
Ribs.
Favorite color?
Yellow.
Wow. Okay, that's a hell of a color to pick. I like that. Okay. Favorite Netflix TV series or television show?
Scandal.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Kerry Washington, girl. Ooh, my goodness, another bad one. Favorite sandwich?
Sandwich. Oh, sandwich. Wait, no, that I was not prepared for. Favorite sandwich. Favorite sandwich. My favorite sandwich. I love a good grill, like a panini.
Oh, okay. All right. We'll go with that. Panini. That's fine. Favorite alcoholic drink?
A margarita.
Okay.
Actually,
All right.
that's the first one. Go ahead.
You sure?
I like a good wine. I'm really a wine girly, but
Oh.
margarita will do.
Are you a Cabernet? Is it white wine? Which one do you like?
You know, I like. I'm not like. I don't care for red wines. I like semi-sweet white wines. So
Okay.
anything in that room, I do like. I don't like a dry wine unless I'm eating steak. That's the only time I'm drinking a red wine.
Okay.
That
I can respect that. All right. Favorite board game?
Monopoly.
Girl, I'm a beast when I get Boardwalk and Park Place. I be tearing people up when I get Boardwalk and Park Place, girl. I'm trying to tell you. Okay. Favorite card game?
Mm. When's the last time I played cards? Um, mm, maybe go fish.
Uh, okay.
It's so
Uh,
nostalgic. I
you
do
ain't
like
never lied.
Uno, but Uno
Okay.
is cool. People, we get a little. What's the rules? Da-da.
Oh,
Mm,
you right. It does get competitive,
uh,
and when people hit me with draw fours over and over again, I'm about to dig in somebody's you know what. They'll be hitting me with
yeah,
all them draw fours. I don't play
yeah.
that. I feel
See,
it.
yeah,
It can get competitive for sure, no question. Okay.
too much.
If you had a yeah, you right. If you had a choice to choose three people plus you, so a total of four, so three more people with you to go on vacation with, who would you choose and where would you go? Now, Paris, before you decide, you could choose family, friends, or celebrities, or a combination of all three.
Ooh. Um, myself doesn't count.
Right.
Issa Rae,
Okay.
Kiki Palmer,
Oh Lord, yes, Lord.
my boyfriend,
Well, see, that's
and
three right there. Issa Rae, Kiki, and your
oh, that's
boyfriend.
it, and then me. Yeah.
Okay, where would y'all go?
Oh, I think where will we go? Let's go to Disney World.
Okay, your boyfriend gonna be pretty lonely because with you, Issa Rae, and Kiki, you probably gonna tell him to
He's
go
gonna be the
somewhere.
cameraman and the person I ride all the rides with.
I love that cameraman. I like that. You gave him a role already. I love it. I
Yes.
appreciate that. Okay, if you had a choice to listen to three songs or three artists on repeat and never get tired of them, who would those three artists or three songs be?
Yolanda Adams,
She's great.
J. Cole,
Okay.
Mariah the Scientist.
Ooh. You know, she came out with a song with Friday called "Death Do Us Part." I don't know if you've heard
Mhm.
that. Or you have? Oh, I got that on repeat. Oh, I
That's
really got that on repeat. Yeah, that song is fire. No
good.
question about that. Okay, I like your taste though. I like your variety of taste that you got there.
I'm very
It,
laid back vibe type of gal.
I love that too. I could really sense that too. That's what's up. Now, if they came to you and said, Paris, you do a great job in journalism and reporting, but we want you to do a different genre. We don't want you no longer to do news. Out of these three genres, which one would you choose? Would you choose politics? Would you choose sports? Or would you choose travel?
Mm. Ugh. I feel like I do politics already because I deal with municipality stuff. So
Okay.
give me travel.
I like that. I like that. Okay. What is one job in the journalism field that you would do for just a day because you're curious about all the job that entails outside of the job that you do?
I would probably be um control room director.
I like that. So something tells me that you like to have control.
I just feel like I'm not saying my way is always right, but I do have
Uh-huh.
some pretty decent ideas.
Okay, listen. There's nothing wrong with a woman in control now. I'm telling you from a
I
man's
just like
perspective.
being a leader. I like to
Yeah.
lead sometimes. I do like to be led. And having a boyfriend that's a minister is great because shout
Amen.
out to God. but
Amen.
I do like sharing my ideas. I always have ideas. I'm always like thinking outside of the box and I always want to help. I'm such like a helper. I want to help people
I
get to
love that.
where they need to be. So yeah.
Okay. I can feel that. No, I respect that. Now, what is the sport that Paris would play that she would absolutely dominate in?
Mm. Volleyball.
What position? Would you be hitter, block, libero? What would you do?
Probably hitter. I was a cheerleader, but nobody ever says cheer is a sport or dance is a sport. So
Oh,
I
it
have to go
is.
to.
Trust me. It is. No
Well,
question.
so is it a sport that I've never done?
Yeah, well, no. It could be a sport that you've done, but I'd rather you choose something that you haven't done. Yes.
Okay, yeah, I would say volleyball.
Okay. What is the
Yeah.
sport that you would play that you would absolutely suck in?
Ooh. Uh, Soccer.
Oof. Okay. So no running and kicking for you at all.
No, I got allergies, man. I can't be outside that long running and kicking a ball. I just.
Okay, I feel that. No, I feel that is so tragic. By the way, that's so tragic. You just cannot be on the soccer field. You just be sneezing all the damn time, running up and down the field.
Correct. I'm have my snot rag on the side at the goalie. Give
Right,
me my snot rag. Got to get back out there.
right, right. I totally understand that, Paris. I get it. I get it. And listen, this has been a pretty dope conversation that we've had. Just learning about your why, learning about your upbringing from Missouri all the way to Langston, Oklahoma, all the way to graduating from Langston, Oklahoma, Langston University, to now being in Oklahoma and Tulsa at Fox 23, which is a major television market. Obviously, Fox being a great brand that it is. And you doing not just one, but two roles, right? Doing
Yes, and we
reporter
are owned
and
by
doing an
Fox.
anchor.
We are not
Oh,
owned by Fox.
so it's not Fox 23?
It's Fox 23, but we're owned by Sinclair.
Oh, yes. Okay, Sinclair. Yes, absolutely. Thank you for that. But
No, you're welcome.
just your journey to be able to go from the college scene to now the professional scene, be only 3 years in and still doing the variety of things that you've been doing in the reporting scene. Like I said, very talented, very hardworking, very passionate, very dedicated, very beautiful as well. All those things are true about you. And I am a new fan of yours. I cannot wait to see your future endeavors and what you do in the future. So I want to say thank you for allocating your time to me to be on my podcast. And my final question to you is there anything else you would like to add about yourself, the job, or anything at all before we conclude?
I think the one thing I would probably add about myself and my job is that whenever you see news or local journalists, never forget that they are working 24/7 to make sure that those in the community, have what they need to be able to either get out the door safely, go through their day, or be informed about what's going on. We want the answers just as bad as you do. And so we're working always for the community, not for ourselves. And I think that I want people to know that I don't love my job because it's my job. I love my job because I get to meet people, new people each and every day, and I get to help people be better and get more information about what they're looking for. And just being able to do different things each and every day is my favorite thing. So I'm just truly blessed, and I'm very thankful that I can do what I do each and every day, and that the Tulsa community stands strong behind not just me, but my station. So that's what I would like to say. And if you want to get into this industry, you can. There's a seat at the table. And if you can't find one wherever you are, make your own table, pull up your own seat, and do what you got to do. There's so many different outlets out there now that a no is a not yet, but you can always start somewhere. So
I love that. And listen, I want you, hardworking lady, to definitely get you some good holiday food. Hopefully you get some good holiday food before you got to go back into it tomorrow, and obviously do your thing. We appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming on my podcast. Take care. Enjoy your Sunday night and enjoy the rest of your holiday weekend.
thank you so much, Chris, and thanks for allowing me to be here. I really appreciate it.
No doubt.